Hey everybody, and welcome back to another video. And today, as promised, we talked a little bit about doing some very fun videos here at the end of July. And I think today is a very special video for everyone involved. And today we are Appletime Roadshow. We're on location, and we are with the fabulous Miles, and we are going to actually show off some of his stash and some of the really fun stuff that he has. And yeah, so really exciting today. He's going to provide a little bit of commentary as well. And we'll show off some of these cool prints. There's a lot of like rare stuff and vintage stuff and things that really I don't think have been really seen on YouTube all that often. So, I think this is going to be really popular. I think if you enjoy the content on the channel, this is going to be something you want to stick around for. So, Appletime Roadshow, episode number 1. Stay tuned. It's going to be good. All right, so the first one we have here is these Mickey pull-ups here. I believe these are a limited edition. Can you tell us a little bit more about these?
Yes, these are the 45 Cool and Learns from about 2016-ish.
Okay, yeah, see the super adorable prints there with the stripes here. You get Mickey and Pluto on the back. Really like these. I think they're adorable. And yeah, so 2016 you heard. So you got the little Mickey waistband there. And so these are the Cool and Learns. So that's part 1. All right, so part 2 here as we continue kind of this rapid fire unboxing. But yeah, tell us a little bit more about these. These are nighttime pull-ups from what era?
These are from 2013 as Monsters University with the Sully prints were the latest. As again, they've been doing it for a while now, but Pixar's tie-ins to their movies over the summers.
Awesome. Yeah, well, again, these are kind of cool. We have, the wetness indicator was, a little, metered thing there, kind of a little bit different. And then, obviously, the prints on the back are kind of vibrant and kind of like the 2D graphics. And then, you had, I don't know, they're just kind of nice, the fun little prints there on the back. And, obviously, the green is cool. Green's my favorite color, so I love the green waistband as well. So that's another cool thing that these have. And, of course, Monsters University, who doesn't love that? Kind of a pretty short stint there for those designs, but they were nice. So, yeah, thank you. Okay. And then here we have another nighttime print, and these are featuring Tow Mater from Cars. So tell us what years these came out.
These are from 2015. I don't have the Jake ones that came out in 2014, but these are the ones that were, in 2015 to about July-ish, depending on your area, 2016.
Awesome. So, yeah, again, you kind of had the car-specific print there. And obviously the nighttime aspect is built into the graphics there, which is kind of cool. And you have Lightning McQueen here on the back of this one. And then they started doing the printed waistband there with pull-ups nighttime. And yeah, so you see those. They're obviously in a 3T, 4T. You got the star designs there. And then you have... Oh, this one has the stars and the moon there. So, again, very nighttime themed, which is super cute. So, awesome. And then continuing on, of course, with the nighttime theme, we have the Miles pull-ups from... 3T, 4T, and tell us what years these came out, and give us the rundown on these.
These lasted about a full year, August 2016 to August 2017. And absolutely my favorite print of all time. But, my buddy Appletime, I already told y'all. And, yeah.
And if you've seen, if you've seen the previous videos with this print, it's obvious, it's Miles' favorite, the namesake there. So you got the Merc print there on the back. And I think if you've seen my previous videos, you've probably seen these prints. But, of course, a classic. And, of course, really happy to show them off again. So, thanks again. Okay, so then now we have the learning designs here with Jake and the Neverland Pirates, and then Cars. Again, they're on the left. And let us know when these came out.
These are from about springish 2014, and they lasted till about a year like the Miles did. And these were back when they were like super, super tiny.
Yeah.
You'll see in just a moment here.
I remember doing a previous video of some of these and just realizing how tiny they were and compared to the 4T, 5T of today. So that's another interesting thing to note. But yeah, obviously really vibrant prints again, and kind of the first time that, you know, you got the very full, like, Cars print there that takes up the entire front. So kind of a neat thing. And yeah, so we'll keep it moving. Okay, and then obviously these are the Learning Design prints, the girls' prints with obviously Minnie Mouse, Doc McStuffins, and the Little Mermaid. So tell us a little bit about these, and yeah, we'll go from there.
These are from the same period, so the opposition, to where pretty much, again, Jake joined the boys and Doc for the girls, to where for the first time, surprisingly, I'm surprised it took them until 2014, but they did Disney Junior prints.
Yeah, and obviously Disney Junior, you know, came over and pretty strong run of them being on the prints. But you have obviously the mini print, and then Flounder there on the back of these is super cute. And then obviously, of course, the printed waistband again. And I don't know much about Doc McStuffins, but obviously characters from that show are on this one. So yeah, really excited. I think this might be the first time that I've actually shown the girls' prints on the channel. So extra special there. So here are some other ones that might look familiar. This is the generation of the Cars and Jake prints that were, you know, sharing a bag. And I actually have done a video of these, something that I found on OfferUp a couple months ago. But this is from what years would you put these at?
This is another weird one where this came out in late winter, early spring 2015. And these lasted till about October, November in 2015.
Awesome. Yeah, so again, you know, these were another ones that they're slightly smaller than what we have today, but you did have this really nice vibrant print there on the back. And of course you had that there too with the gear. It's very well themed to the shows and stuff like that. They did a really good job with that, and obviously, of course, that waistband there. So yeah, awesome. Great to have that one back in the review collection. Okay, so here are the girl designs from that same era, if I'm correct. Obviously, you had 3 different prints in one bag, so tell us a little bit more about these.
Yes. Well, obviously, some stuff was retained, just kind of adjusted a little bit. And Little Mermaid went away to make room for another Disney Junior favorite, Sophia the First. And again, I don't have the 2T3 boys, but those brought the return of Mickey Mouse into the mix, which is on them to this day.
Yeah, so kind of a neat thing. Saw when you know that transition was made back to like having Mickey and Minnie kind of like prominently on these prints. It was around this era, so very neat fact there. And yeah, happy to do a little bit of a. Got the little polka dots there on the back. This one has a really cute design as well. So again, you have the very vibrant prints on the back and the kind of all over print there. So yeah, another really fun thing to unbox here. All right, we'll move on from there. Okay, and now we have some of the Jake and the Neverland Pirates collection here, and tell us about these, because obviously there's been a couple different iterations of Jake design. So let me know when these ones came out and give us a little bit of the rundown. All right, so here we have some more Jake prints, and obviously there's been a couple different iterations of this print or this character on different prints and stuff like that. So give us a little bit of the history lesson there on when these came out.
Surprisingly, these had a relatively short run, because for some reason they decided to go, okay, we're going to do all one character and then all the other. If you saw the last prints here, where for a period from November 2015 to about, I want to say February 2016, we had the Jake ones. And obviously you can see 3 different prints here for the 3 sizes here. And Again, 2 for the 4T5, and again, the 2 smaller sizes get 1 extra.
Yeah, so you saw they had a third print there, which is neat. And obviously you have the kind of stripes there. You have the all over print there. Cubby, and you got I don't know the gator's name. You can fill me in there. But obviously these are super cute, and I think you have like the golden coins, and this is right after they started the single character on the pack. So you have just Jake there. He doesn't have to compete for time with Tow Mater. So that's kind of neat. All right, we'll move on.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously this is kind of the girl counterpart of that same print with the same era as those Jake prints. So tell us a little bit about these. Give us the history behind these.
Well, it's the same length of time here. And I don't have the ones that got replaced by, which, again, all Doc here. And then for a little while it was all Sophia, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, so of course you have the Doc McStuffins prints there, and very cute there on the back. So you got the little flower print, and of course kind of an all over pink thing here on the back. A little festive. There's some flowers. There's animals. Things relevant to shows that I don't know that much about, but if you watch it, I'm sure you know who they are. So, but I am very excited to show you guys these prints. So we'll move on from there. Okay, so we have here another iteration of Cars. Obviously, with the releases of all the different Cars movies, there kind of seemed to be, the chance that these would pop up every couple of years, dating back to like 2006. So give us a little bit of a rundown on the time era of these 4T, 5T prints here.
These were the ones that were around for most of 2015 until, well, what you're about to see after this came in. And then I'll explain in a moment here.
Okay. Yeah, we have of course, we have Guido there, and we have Finn McMissile there, and on the back, the characters are kind of by themselves. They get some of the more ancillary characters from the movies are able to get their own little shine there on the back. And of course, you have that waistband, and it tends to be orange on a lot of these, and there's no exception. So kind of cool there. More Cars. All right. Okay, and then of course this is a channel favorite from some of the feedback that I've gotten. These are from the Lion Guard, so excited to do a little brief history lesson on these. So I'll let Miles take it away here and tell you all a little bit more about these.
Well, as you can tell, given the bag, these are the original release version here before they added the stickers and, on the newer one before the half packs came out, to where, down there it would be the Lion Guard's show logo. And with that, this is when pull-ups were weird for that brief little period in 2016 where you had 3 different options where they wanted to have as many options for the, toddlers, to where Lion Guard for the bags, Cars obviously for the box, and the nighttime with, Miles, of course.
So yeah, obviously, you've seen these probably around the channel before, but of course, they are super adorable. And this time, the waistband is green there. And I don't know if this was the era when they started. No, it just says pull-ups. At a certain era, they started adding like learning designs up there on the top. But this is just the normal. So if you saw that video, now you got a little bit of the history behind it. I'll give you the behind-the-scenes knowledge there. Okay, so another girl's designs here, which are the Patless Pets. So you see there, it included stickers. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, so these are the 2 4T, 5T Patless Pets designs. And, Miles can tell you a little bit more about that, if we can get the bag to stand up. We do it live here.
Well, these are from that same period. And, the girls had the Patless Pets in the bags. The boxes were all Doc McStuffins, and the girls' nighttime was, I believe, Cinderella, if I remember correctly.
I believe that's correct. Yeah. So, again, these were the Patless Pets in the bag. So, kind of a neat, very vibrant print there. we'll let that be. But you know, you had the all over print. You had very colorful. I mean, you got like 5 or 6 or 7 different colors there on the back. So you got like the rainbow going on. You just got all sorts of cool stuff. Very cool print. So yeah, those are the Palace Pets designs. Okay, and then here we have, you know, like we've said, it's a very comprehensive video. So we have yet another Cars design, and this one has 2 different distinct prints here, and this has like the 2 different waistband colors as well, which is neat. So tell us a little bit more about these.
These were released in the summer of 2017 to obviously tie into Cars Free.
Yep, as you see there, there's a free storybook inside the pack. So many Cars movies means many Cars designs. Awesome. So show you the back of those. Obviously Cars 3. And you had this is what I was talking about, where for the first time you were seeing that it has the learning designs on the waistband other than just saying pull-ups. So that's kind of neat.
Okay, and I don't have the girls' ones, but in this period we had a girls' print with 1 Cars, and because, like, again, it's more of a boy thing per se, like, not to reinforce stereotypes, but the girls got it paired with Doc McStuffins.
Mm-hmm. So there was a girls' print. It just was in a pack that was with another show. So it's kind of an interesting little tidbit there. Awesome. And then here we have the girls' designs that were from kind of that same era, where you got the stickers in the pack, and then you had the same thing here with Minnie and Doc McStuffins. Those are the 2 in the bag, and then you had that same thing with the learning designs there, where it says actually on the pull-up itself, you know, like the sub-brand, the style. So you had that there as well. So it's kind of a neat thing. Tell us a little bit more about these.
Yes. Well, for the boys, which I don't have, because my sources at the time also would get the single line guard packs. But you saw technically both prints from that version, where it was half line guard with the Kion and Bunga print, and the Cars print.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well, yeah, so this is that same era with the half packs with 2 different shows in one. And you even see here that it has Minnie on one side of the bag, and then if you were to open the bag horizontally, you would get the Doc McStuffins. So it was the same thing on the boys with Lion Guard and Cars. So kind of a neat little tidbit there when they kind of made it look like 2 distinct packs, depending on which way you looked at it. So kind of a neat thing. All right, and now we're switching gears a little bit. We got through a lot of the pull-ups, and now we're on to the Pampers Easy Ups. So these were with Thomas the Tank Engine, and obviously this is kind of the older style before they went to the 360 waistband fit. They fit a little bit more like pull-ups did, but without the easy resealable sides there. So give us a little bit more of the history here of the Thomas Easy Ups here, and what era these are from.
Yes, these are from late 2014, and they lasted pretty much till the 360 fit, as they finally retired out Diego, who was a staple from pretty much the show's premiere to, again, like, its waning popularity in 2014.
Awesome. So, yeah, of course, you know, these were super cute with Thomas the Train there on the front. You had, like, polka dots here, and then you had, of course, like the little Fade When Wet designs there, and you had like this print, which this like badge print kind of followed it. This ended up on the 360 waistband style too, so that's kind of interesting. They kept the prints largely the same, even though like the entire format and look of the pants themselves were completely different. So I always think that's a little bit interesting to note that it didn't get a full rebrand. Just the product itself changed a lot. So yeah, very cool. Very cool Thomas 4T5T there. Okay, so speaking of Thomas Easy Ups, here is kind of the aforementioned first iteration of those 360 prints. Obviously, it has the different waistband, and it doesn't have the easy open sides anymore, even though they are still pretty easily tearable. And they have kind of that same flex fit that you have on the current day ones. And, of course, the waistband, which is similar here with the 360 stretch. And kind of like I was saying with that badge print from the last one, you see that it made its way onto the 360 ones too. So that's kind of a neat thing. And yeah, so let us know when, what era these, like what years did this come out?
This was, I would say, late summer 2016 is when these came out here. And again, yeah.
Yeah, awesome. No, I mean, I was going to say I remember picking up a pack of these in summer of 2016. So that was when I was going to date it in my head. So great knowledge there. And yeah, so we'll move on. Thank you. And then, of course, a quick comparison here from those first iteration of the 360 fit to the 5T6T that we have today, the present day, the PJ Masks design. So you kind of had, you can see how like the waistband's a little bit different. It's a little bit more underwear-like there. They've done a kind of a better job of like forming the fit there with the 360 waistband. It kind of doesn't just fray off, like it has more of an underwear like finish there. And then obviously it has an all over print, and it's a little bit more space there on the leg gathers and stuff like that. So it's a little bit different, but you know, the gist of it is the same with the 360 waistband. So just a quick little bonus to compare it to present day. So yeah. Okay, and then of course going back to the Easy Ups, here is the kind of older iteration of the Dora prints, which it came with this card that, you know, told people that they're updating their graphics and that you might get, you know, either of the two graphics during the transition between the styles there. So it's kind of a unique thing. And then you had the back there with polka dots. Obviously the Pampers logo is pretty prominent on these, which is kind of cool. I always really like that logo. Flower design there on the back, polka dots, castle, all sorts of fun stuff on these. So, yeah, another cool one. All right, moving right along. Do you have anything to add on these?
Yes, these are from the same era as those Thomas ones there to wear. Again, Diego was phased out, but weirdly enough, they retained Dora, but I guess since the grown-up spinoff had just begun, like, well, she's still kind of relevant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she was able to hold on to her relevancy a little bit longer than Diego, so it's kind of a funny fact there. So got a couple more years out of her. All right. And then another little tidbit on these.
Yes. Most people don't remember this, but when the 360 fits first came out, Dora was able to still keep her spot until Hello Kitty took over just a tad bit later.
There you go. So there was a little bit of the 360 fit with Dora as well. I didn't even know that, so that's news to me. So good to hear that from you. And yeah, so we'll move on. Okay, and now we're kind of in past the Easy Ups. We're into the store brand now. So we have the older Parents' Choice before they went to Paw Patrol, which has been going on for, you know, a couple years now, several. But before they had the Madagascar designs. And of course they had the white sides there, which is kind of interesting. They didn't have like the blue or the colored sides. They had just plain white. And so you had the kind of all over print there on the back, and it had the tails of the various Madagascar characters, and then the size was indicated with the paw print there. So these were from the release of the original Madagascar movie. You can maybe fill us in there on the timing of these.
Surprisingly not, but these are the first licensed ones for Walmart.
Interesting.
To where, again, before that, they technically did with the White Clouds with Bear in the Big Blue House, but that was something that went around from company to company, to where it wasn't exclusive to them. So this is the first time they had done that, and also this is the first iteration of the Parents' Choice branding over White Cloud.
Interesting. Yeah, and then obviously it's kind of become a mainstay brand since then, but really interesting to hear that this is the first time that they had done that. So really cool and cute prints to this day, and they kind of retain a lot of the same imagery as the pull-ups and stuff like that. So obviously just different license. So cool. And now, of course, you see we have the girls' designs of the Madagascar as well, and you see that they have the same characters and like the same kind of concept there on the back with the tails and the paw print as well. And yeah, what fun fact can you tell me about these Madagascar prints here in the girl designs?
Well, besides the history lesson I already gave on the boys, notice something about the text right there, to where that was actually used on the boys too there, where some of these sayings were like gender neutral.
I'm the all in awesome. So you got that on both of them, which is cute. And then, of course, you have like the heart here. And, oh man, I think that's a heart as well. So, yeah, the boys got a star and they got a heart. So, kind of a cool print there. And, of course, the Parents' Choice, you got the whole history lesson there. So, these are the girl prints of those in the first Parents' Choice iteration there. All right, so continuing kind of on with the store brand, here's the Kidgets from 4T, 5T as well. And they have like this space print here. You got like the rocket ships there. You got the single rocket ship there. And then on the back you have stars and just a really cute space print, all around print. Kind of a really cool one. I really like these. I think they're super cute. So give us a little bit of a rundown on these. When did these come out, and any fun facts you have on these?
Yes, these are basically the cheaper alternative to Miles, to be honest, where same era, like 2016, and something you can notice there is that Kimberly Clark does what they sometimes do, recycling their fadeaway print from another iteration. If it looks familiar to you, that's also the same one from the Nighttime Cars.
Oh, awesome. So yeah, that's kind of a cool thing. You know, you kind of see that, like, even though it's a store brand, it is manufactured in the same facilities as the licensed Huggies brand. So you get a lot of the same features there for not the same cost. So that's kind of a cool thing here with the Kidgets. So we'll move on, but yeah, really cute. A little space print all over there. And you have, of course, like the white sides, and then you have the fine kind of all over print with the size indicated with the shape there, which is a star. So yeah. Continuing on our store brand journey here, we have the Comforts from Kroger, and you have like these really cute pirate prints here, and they have kind of the all over print there with learning designs are like X's for treasure, and then the back you have the pirate print there, and you have the very similar waistband to the store brand, or I'm sorry, the name brand Huggies, and yeah, you have that vibrant print there. So what can you tell us about these in particular from Kroger?
I don't know the exact date when these came out, but these last until 2016, where they've been replaced with their current iteration with the construction print. And you can see, even with the store brands here, like, they're trying to somewhat mimic what was on the real name brand. As obviously this is their take on Jake.
Right, yeah, it's funny how it's kind of a similar concept for sure. You could tell they were like going for the pirate theme and trying to, you know, maybe not compete, but at least be a similar option if you just want the generic. So I thought that was interesting too. I was going to note that if you didn't, so I'm glad you brought that up. Here's another store brand, which is the Curity from Covidin. So these are kind of like the hospital brand, for lack of a better term. But they are kind of interesting in that they have these, like this little alien print guy that I've actually seen pop up a couple of different places. But other than that, they were for the same size range. They're, at 38 and over. 4T, 5T, and without opening them, you kind of see they have like a guitar print on one, and then I believe the other one might be, it has drums, so it's actually a musical print, which is interesting. Without opening these and ruining the, collection aspect, they do seem to be a little bit different than the one that's on the cover, so they have a different print there. And then this is the girls, which the girls ones has a music print there, and you see kind of like the information there with the wetness indicator and easy pull on and tearaway sides, and the underwear like fit. So that's very similar to what you're getting with pull-ups. So just another store brand or hospital brand, whatever you want to call it. Medical brand, I guess, is the best way to put it. All right, we've kind of reached the home stretch of this video, and so we have these Huggies. These are the Huggies Snug and Dry, I believe. And you have obviously the kind of, at this point, yeah, they're vintage print here with Mickey and Pluto there. and then the back has music designs there, and this one has Mickey and Minnie with music designs and Pluto on the back. So what year did these come out? I remember having a pack of these, but I can't exactly remember when.
I want to say these are 2012, actually.
That's what I was thinking as well. I was going to say 2011, but I trust you.
When I bought these was the 4th of July in 2013.
Okay, there you go. So we can date that they were released around in 2013. And so obviously they have those really cute prints. And of course, the Snug and Dry have kind of gone down in quality since then, but you had like the really nice all over print, and the waistband was kind of similar to what they have now in the Little Movers waistband. And yeah, you had like the really vibrant print all around, which is kind of cute. So anything more to add on these, or? All right. Okay, and then last but not least, we're going to wrap up the video with the final unbagging here in this stash special, and these are the Iron Man Goodnights. So these are obviously a small medium. The clothing size is like 4 to 8, and they have the Iron Man prints here, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is a pretty limited run for these specific prints. They didn't get a whole lot of time, so I'll let Miles describe the history behind these ones, and maybe he can shed some light. So
these were the second Marvel ones to come out after the stint of Spider-Man, where they kind of ran with Spider-Man until about 2014 is when I believe these came out, and they lasted until 2015, if I remember my history right.
Yeah, so again, like not that long, considering the Hulk ones have kind of held up a lot longer than that. And then obviously the Spider-Man that were on the small mediums went to the extra small size when they introduced that. So that's kind of an interesting thing as well. So yeah, they have kind of the Iron Man graphics, you know, very Marvel. And obviously the back is got that underwear like waistband, of course. We've kind of grown to know and love that. It tells you the back there, and then kind of the cartoony Iron Man print there on the back, the 2D print, whereas you have the 3D on the front. So those are the Iron Man Goodnights, and that kind of closes out the stash video here. So obviously this is a super long video, but we wanted to kind of provide you with like a bonanza of a lot of the styles and things like that we hadn't, or that I hadn't had a chance to cover yet. And obviously my wonderful boyfriend just came through with a whole bunch of prints from his stash to kind of close out, this month-long run of videos with a bang. So really, really appreciate that, and think that everyone at home is probably even more appreciative than I am. So we want to give him a big, big thank you for everything that he does for the channel. And it's really so much. He's done so much for the channel. So we want to thank him. And do you have anything else to add yourself?
Yes, let's get my buddy Appletime to 1,000 subscribers.
Yes, that is the goal. It's an ambitious goal, but we would love to get to 1,000. I think the content that I've been putting out has been so fun to make. I just have such a blast doing this.
So did I.
Yeah, and I know people at home love it too. So if we can get to 1,000, I'll be over the moon. So let's shoot for it. Why not? We got to dream big. Anyway, thank you guys so much for everything, and hope to see you soon at a future video. This is going to be like 40 minutes, so enjoy every minute of it.